All right, hello everybody. We're doing an early stream today. We have a lot of work to do. We're going to start off where we left off the other day. I have to get a couple of effects from the elemental folder. Again, I don't like using this folder because this is prone to glitching. It's definitely prone to glitching, but I actually need an effect from here. So I'm giving myself, I actually don't know how long I'm going to be streaming this for because it's technically 3:20 and I don't have to go to work until like 9 o'clock at night tomorrow. So we'll get as much done as we can. I'll probably take a break in a little bit, then we'll proceed from there. I don't like using this folder. I'm not going to deny it. Like this folder is very notorious just because some of the effects, I know a majority of the effects aren't compatible with the newer version of Adobe Animate, but I actually need a specific effect. This one. I need this one. Because this is what I've been using for heal. So as soon as I get this in here, I'll show you guys what I mean by potential glitches. All right. Because right there I'm having you dash. So what we can do, yeah, because you dash right there. Let's, because you show up right here, let's give this a couple extra frames, so at least 10 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we'll put this one under fluff. We're going to insert a blank keyframe right here. Angel's protection. Protection. We'll put this right on top of regular Mia. As usual, this does not go the way we planned, so we'll turn this into a graphic to actually see where. Oh, perfect! It's already a graphic. So this starts right there, and ends right there. Blank. Let's see. Definitely need to make this a lot bigger. My voice is gonna be a little bit sluttered right now. I'm sluttered because I'm kind of intoxicated right now. It is Memorial Day. We went out with the boys. I had a margarita with Patron on it, so definitely I'm feeling it. All right, just need to bring this up a little bit higher. Perfect. Let's give ourselves a couple extra frames right after she does that. 10. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna go back to Kaya's. I'm gonna try to see if we can find a ice effect because we need 2 extra effects. I've used this before. This one's, I'm fine with this effect. This effect is not glitchy. All right. So you get damage right there. So we'll use water explosion. Wait. Well, we don't need to go that crazy. I actually like that one. All right. So let's paste this right here. I believe this one was called Water Splasher. I think this is a 40-minute song. It is a 40-minute song. As much as I love Dark Souls, I've been in that Firelink Shrine way too much. Okay. There's a camera stops right here, and you get damaged right there. So we need to have this like at least right here. I might have to change it a little bit. Fuck. Of course. This is a graphic. Blank keyframe right there. Okay, let's see. I think that should be a good area to do it at. But just in case. Probably have to make this a little tiny bit bigger. Oh, we're doing that again. We haven't done that. That has not happened in a while. I like it, but I think we need to add like a little hit spark there. It doesn't have to be too crazy, just at least a minor hit spark. Again, if I don't have to use this, I won't, but since we already have it up, it shouldn't be that crazy. But I can add hit sparks to that later. So I believe we need to add one more effect. So it's right there. Mia runs. I have Mia running away. Right there. That's. I know that move. It's not Watery Grave, but I definitely know that move. Let's see. What do I want to use here? That's actually fine. Because it's going at an angle, so it should be good to use. Yeah, perfect. All right. I'm going to just copy this. I'm going to exit out of here because we're not going to take any more risks with this folder. It has my most effects, but it has the most of them that are not compatible with this version of Adobe Animate. Yeah. All right. So we're going to go into a lot of detail about this soon. So I don't like using Kai's because for some weird reason, whenever you paste something here, it gives you extra effects that you don't need. So I want people to pay attention to this. VOD guys, as soon as you see this later, here is 2,813 items right now. As soon as I paste this new one, is to go to it added around like 16 extra things. We're gonna go back to this. There's only it's this one. It was ice burst 1. Ice burst 1 has 12 frames, so for some odd reason it added 16, so it added 4 extra stuff. It's more noticeable for the crazier effects, but Kaya's effects are very notorious for that. Okay, so we're not gonna use this anymore. But like I said, it has my most effects, but a good chunk of them are not compatible with this version of Adobe Animate. Alright, so here's what we can do, because Mia runs... So it'd have to be right here. Transform, horizontal. Bring this right here for now. This should be a graphic right now. It is a graphic. Would you have to make this a little bit bigger? Probably a little bit bigger. Perfect. All right, we're gonna watch the movie. We'll see where we stand, then we'll see what we have to do next. I do have to add a couple hit sparks, but we'll deal with that in a little bit. Guarantee you I'm gonna probably get the itis soon because I've had a big meal at Texas Roadhouse earlier. It's probably the reason why I'm kind of woozy from that margarita with Patron. God, what was I thinking? And I'm probably gonna end up drinking a Four Loko later. Cherish your liver, everybody. I haven't said that in a while, but yes, cherish your livers. Okay. Let's see. I'm just waiting for the movie to load up. Just bear with me. And the camera is on. Still debating whether or not I'm going to put an effect on that, Scythe. We'll see. Some of the effects may come out very quick, but that's fine. We can slow it down once we get to DaVinci Resolve later. We're almost done with this. We're near the cap. Like that can slow down later. Oh, and as usual, if you have any questions regarding some of the things I've done in this animation, just let me know. I'm not the best explaining it in real time, but when it comes to actually typing shit out, yeah, I can type shit out like a champ. I haven't done Aseprite in a while. I really do need to get back to that, but I just want more so focus on this. I'm just glad nothing went wrong over here. But I do have to show a couple things off after this movie's done. Oh shit, I didn't turn def black. Fuck. I'll do that in a second. I think probably the next couple of days we'll start bringing this section into DaVinci Resolve. And then we'll be alternating between this with Adobe Animate and DaVinci Resolve. That looks so cool. Yep, perfect. I just gotta make that a little bit faster. Okay. It's a couple things I have to do, but making good progress. All right. To get rid of frames, let's just shift F5. So that should be fine. Okay. Next. I need you to come slow anyways. All right, let's see. Color effects, brightness, 50. So we need to make sure you match the environment. That looks so imposing now. Yeah, because I have you hold on to that kick way too long. Oh yeah. That's why I fucked up yesterday, because I was running out of time because of work. I didn't add a tween to that. So we're gonna go over that one more time. So tweening, as usual, like I mentioned, it's like how Sonic moves in Sonic 1, 2, and 3. You're moving one keyframe or a symbol from one position to another, so going from point A to point B. So when Mia kicks the clone, well, whatever is that, I'll figure out a name for that later. So here's her position, and she's going off screen. Let me zoom out a little bit so you see where she ends. So Mia kicks her here, then she ends up all the way over there. Obviously, it's a little pretty bad because we don't have a nice motion. So what we're gonna do is in between keyframe 1, keyframe 2, we're gonna click anywhere, right click, create classic tween, which is the first option. A classic ease is how, like I mentioned, Sonic moves in the classic games, left to right in an instant motion. What we're gonna do, we're gonna use ease in then out. Ease in is slowly building up, then you go. So it looks a little bit more natural in my honest opinion. So you click effect. It's automatically set on classic ease. You're just going to go to ease in and out. Again, it's up to your discretion, whatever you want to use. So there we go. But we have to reduce the speed because Mia just hangs over there for some weird reason. I want this to go fast. Probably get rid of a couple more frames. We'll have to watch the movie, but before we do that, we're gonna go to a specific scene so I can show you guys something. It's when Heart's getting blasted. Oh, it didn't show up there. Interesting. That's very interesting. All right, once it shows up again, I'll show you guys it. So while the movie loads up, I'm gonna explain a couple things. So there's a specific reason why I'm using the effects that I'm using. I used to do sprite animation way back when in the Newgrounds age, like back in the yesteryear when Flash was still a thing. It still kind of is, but primarily in the early 2000s. So I've accumulated thousands and thousands and thousands of effects over the years, probably like at least 15 gigs worth of effects. Unfortunately, some of these effects are extremely outdated and they're not compatible with newer software, such as Adobe, the Adobe that I'm using right now. They still use ActionScript 2.0. A lot of my old school pixel effects are using ActionScript 2.0, and unfortunately, it's not compatible with this. It can work. Some of them do still work, but you're running the big risk of it just not working. The reason why this is a problem, if you're going to be using Adobe Animate, just so you know, Adobe Animate is not the best program, as I've discussed time and time again. The normal thing for Adobe Animate to do if it sees a symbol that's messed up, because your keyframes, your symbols, they're all going to show up on the animation field over there in the timeline. The simple thing would be if something's incompatible and not working, just don't use that thing. But for some odd reason, if Adobe Animate sees something as incompatible or an error, it'll replace that whole entire symbol or keyframe with a massive white circle. This is prevalent with a incompatible effect. So instead of doing what the smart thing would be and just, you can't use this, Adobe Animate views the entire project as corrupt, not just that one piece. It'll destroy the majority of your effects, including backgrounds. It's a pretty catastrophic error, because you can lose days and days and days of work. This is why I'm using effects that I know are compatible with ActionScript 3.0. This is why I know it may be jarring, like that comment said a few weeks ago, but you can only do what you can. For example, Jenna's sword that Mia has right now has a flame effect on it. Right now, the flame effect that it has, like right here, it's a very bad effect. The reason why it's bad, because it starts off at 0 frames and ends at 106 frames. The annoying thing about it is, as soon as it ends, it takes it a while for it to start up again. So for some weird reason, no matter what you do, all the checks and balances you can do to actually remedy that, it does not work with that specific effect. So we had to find an alternative. I'm just lazy and not going through everything, actually going through the entire scene and removing the old flame effect. I'm just being lazy right now, because It's not that bad, but I swapped up the places where the sword just decides to turn off with the new effect. So later on in future animations, I will actually use the one that actually works properly. Okay. Twin Princes. With a project like this, you have to make a lot of, you have to improvise a lot. I'm not going to deny it. But just the fact we were at where we're at now is amazing. I never thought this would have been possible. But here we are, taking JRPG sprites from a beloved franchise and putting them in a sprite animation environment. Still feels lacking oomph, but that's we can fix that later in CapCut. That's better. She's not holding it. Okay. We'll give it 2 frames. There we go. Okay, you. Let's have you going for an attack. Keyframe here. Damn, we are really going in with the Dark Souls. Okay. But I need this to transition into the next section. So this is a situation where we don't really need to turn this into a symbol because he's literally just 2 things. But I probably should. Oh, yeah, I do. This is fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay, it's our keyframe. I'm being cheeky. I have to add a keyframe right here. What do I want to do here? That is a good question. What do I want to do here? I have an idea. Okay. Keyframe. We'll use the arrow just to move her. A little bit further. I'll get Twinkle later. Right there should be good. Paste it. Turn on onioning back on. Make sure I turn the camera back on. I'll be very... Oh, yeah, you're funny. Getting rid of... camera, stop getting rid of frames. Okay, there we go. Give ourselves a crap ton of frames. Okay, now I just need your cast. All right. Turn on onion. Wait, but first let's put this horizontal. All right. Get the aura. Whoa, way too far. B. Don't let all this work deter you from taking up a project like this. I'm not going to deny it. It's a lot of stuff you have to do, but it's totally worth it in the long run. Just give me 1 sec. I got to respond to Word. Oh. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, we are doing it. Sprite animation for Golden Sun's hard. I'm not gonna deny it, because you have to do a lot of crazy stuff. All right, so now we're gonna watch the movie, and hopefully things look good. I hope so. Definitely do hope so, because we still have about 3,000 frames left for this movie. Then we gotta start the next one. So later on tonight, we're gonna continue on with this. We'll get to the 16,000 frame limit. Then we'll start the next portion of it. The main goal is finishing Mercury Lighthouse in the next video. It's gonna be a long time. But we'll get it done. So we're gonna see where things are with this movie. Well, this latest Sprite animation. We'll go from there. Then we'll finish this up. But holy shit! Golden Sun Sprite animation is hard. It's very hard. You're gonna be spending days with Aseprite. Aseprite is gonna be your bread and butter. All right, let's see. All right, stop playing for some weird reason. All right, there we go. It's fine. And the fast effects, we're gonna have to slow it down when we get to DaVinci Resolve. Oh yeah, I was supposed to have hit Spark to something. It's fine. We're gonna have to remake this whole entire sequence next. I'm not gonna look forward to this because this one's gonna take forever to do. So going forward, we definitely know we can do some crazy stuff with the summons. We just got to figure out what we're gonna do. Because Neo Judgment, if you're not familiar with Gundam Wing, it's a reference. Surprisingly enough, we were able to pull off the Wing Zero's little sequence right here. I just have to fix that beam. And since we're playing Dragon Ball music right now, this is a reference to Tien shooting his tribe music against Semi-Perfect Cell. We probably should have had another beam fire right there, but we'll see. I would say this specific animation is about 75% done. Like, we're still adding things, but as soon as we're done with the 16,000 frame limit, we're going to be fine-tuning everything. The camera work will be coming later. Because this is a 3-step process. We start here with Adobe Animate, we proceed to DaVinci Resolve, then we finish things up with CapCut. And just like I said, Aseprite, we haven't done Aseprite in a bit because I pretty much have all the sprites that I need. If I need to make something real quick, I'll just bring Aseprite up, but I haven't had to make anything in a while. Alright, let's see. And for people that watch the vlogs, you'll notice, like, I love doing my references. I do. All right, let's see. This could have been a little bit better. This, I still have to get the right amount of frames because we need to get a smooth panning motion. But I think it looks good so far. If we add like at least 10 more frames to each sequence, we should be fine. We definitely have to add more frames to this. Okay. All right, now I need to find something to put right here. We're probably just going to use Ice Jab. If I don't need to, I'm not going to go back to Kaya's effect. Actually, no, I have the perfect effect for this. Okay. So I will have that go right here. That should be fine. We're going to have to get a flash soon. Let's see. We'll use Ice Break. Ice Break. This one has to go above everything. Let's see. We're going to turn this into a graphic so we can actually see where this actually starts and stops. All right, we're going to add a couple extra frames. Shouts to Dark Souls. That should be good. Yeah, that's actually good. Perfect. Would stop that right. Nope. Whoops. That's on me. This should be under hit sparks. No, we're gonna actually keep that on. Then we're gonna do a super flash just to transition out of this area. All right, let's make this bigger. That starts right there. Take the camera off if you're gonna be resizing things. Can't stress that enough because the camera does weird things when you're resizing stuff. Since we have so much things happening right here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna resize it from the right side. It's a little bit bigger. All right. We're gonna use the arrows to bring this up. Don't worry, it's not gonna look like this. We're gonna add a blend effect to this. We have to make this a lot wider. Let's do 500. A little bit higher because I wanted to cover both the clone, the ice clone, and Grim Reaper. So I think that should be fine. Hold on, I think we should be good to move it here. Yeah, we're good. Perfect. So we're gonna have you disappear right here. You disappear. And wait, what does this end? Right there. We have to add a super flash right here. Because everything has to disappear right there. Blank. 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 Save it. Okay. All right. So we're going to bring up the specials folders under Kai's effects. I don't really have to worry about the specials because specials aren't really known for glitching like that. Well, here's what we're going to do. Give me 1 second. I got to open the door for my roommate. Hold on. Here you go. Yeah. Thank you. No problem. All right. Okay, so I need a good transition effect. Nope. Blaze blue effects are good, but they're too elaborate, if that makes sense. Speaking of which, save. All right, it's save. I think just a regular flash should, no, flash spark should be fine. Yeah, we'll use flash spark. Actually, no. This one, flash one pro, will actually be better because I can have it transition into the. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. So here's what we're gonna do. So we'll put it right Let's move this. We're gonna move this right below everything. Move that below. So now we're good. Instead of blank keyframe right here, we're gonna paste the wormhole. Come on. All right, I guess we have to copy it again. We're using the wormhole just because it adds a cool transition. All right. Wormhole. We're gonna have to move wormhole like at least right there. All right, that should be good. We're gonna have it fill the entire screen up. All right. We have to move it like at least. I think right here is good. Okay, this is where everything has to disappear. I'll get rid of the other things afterwards. Okay, we're good. Blank keyframe. So right now we're gonna go back to Mercury Lighthouse, which has been a while. Definitely been a while. It's been a long time actually. I think right. Nope. Oh, okay. Let's actually fix this while I'm here. Wait. Oh, yeah, so you disappear right there. I think this needs to be moved up a little tiny bit. Wait, I'll watch the movie again before I even do anything. Because I feel this is too much to the bottom right. We'll fix that later. Let's actually get the next scene started, then we can go from there. Okay, so we have to remake this, which is going to be a pain, but we will be definitely able to do it. Nope. Shit, yeah, that's going to be a pain in the ass, actually. Okay, we'll copy this first. Come back to, it's about 55 seconds. Paste this. Let's start getting rid of some of these. So you have to end right there. Clear keyframe. This may seem like a lot of work, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty straightforward. All right, we're gonna go back to 54 seconds. As usual, save your work. I don't use autosave because autosaving is notorious for glitching. It'll autosave when you're watching a movie, and that runs the high risk of actually glitching out on you. Copy. Paste. Perfect. Now we have to get let's start off with minority. All right, let's do the clones first. Actually, clone 1. So we're at 61 seconds. So we're gonna copy that. Paste. We're at the 61 seconds. Clone 2. We'll come back and grab minority next. She's actually supposed to be right here. I goofed up on that. Paste. All right. Next, we'll grab minority. You should still be KO'd. Not KO'd, but obviously not in a good mood. Paste. So now, wait. What? That's weird. Where are you? Unless I'm bugging. That's weird. All right, we do it again. There we go. All right, perfect. A little confusion there, but we're good. I'll probably have to grab... I know what to do. Let's grab def first. We'll grab you right here. Put you right here. As you were... I'll have to add a weird tween to you. No, you have to show up right here. Turn off layers if you're not using them. Well, lock them up, I mean. Rotate. Transform, flip horizontal. We'll add a quick tween to this. Insert keyframe. Have you get pushed all the way right here. It looks so weird because that's literally how you look. $61. Perfect. All right, so the scene is now set up again. Actually, I kind of goofed a little bit. It's our blank keyframe right there. You have to be right, literally right here. Perfect. We'll probably have to reduce the frames a little bit, but let's just actually get this scene started first. All right, we have a little less than 3,000 frames left, about 2,800 frames, which should set me up for the cliffhanger at the end of this. So let's watch the video, then we'll go from there. Did I turn on the camera? I probably did not. The gag continues. I did not turn on the camera. Fuck, I did not. Always turn on the camera. Let's give it a second. So later on when I come tonight, I think we actually should be straight up done with this. Yep, I did not turn on the camera. It's fine. I love how the camera just gets rid of frames. Sure. Ooh, all right. So we have to fix the camera, which is good. So let's zoom out. Insert a keyframe here. Insert a keyframe right here just to reset the scene. Put this on 1, well 0, but 0, 0. Let's zoom it out a little bit so we can get everybody on frame. That should be fine. Everybody's in shot right there. Perfect. All right, good. It looks a little bit better. Let's give ourselves a couple extra frames. We'll watch the movie. Then, no, let's not watch this just yet. Let's do the final penultimate shot before we move on to the final sequence, before we watch the movie. So we don't waste any time. So we're going to have to do a lot of things here. Let's work on Mia first. All right. Copy. So this is at 56. We don't need this up anymore. Get really big right now. We're going to turn off the camera because you should not be that big. Yeah. See how the camera just made her so huge when she's not supposed to be that huge? That's... Yeah, something's got changed up a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, you're not supposed to be that small. That's fine. Yeah, this got really screwed up somehow. We're gonna have to make you minority size. Wait, no. What? Wait, how did this get screwed up? Okay. All right, we're gonna go all the way back. Because we were definitely zoomed in here because the camera. You're interesting. Snowball, we had it before, but it's not a big deal. So 173.3, 200. We'll just keep it like that for now. So we lined up with minority, so we should be good. You have to be a little bit lower. There we go. And you have to be 200. Look how weird this looks. That's hilarious. Okay. That's fine. Sizing definitely got screwed up, but it's not the end of the world. Gonna make it a little bit taller. That's fine. We'll fine tune it later. Right now, I'm not too worried about it. Okay, now the fluff effects. Well, since I'm already here, I'll have to have you fix that later. Copy. Their position got moved a little bit. Like she was back here. Yeah, she's just a little bit too close. I can just fix that later. So you're 344.4. $344.4. Yeah, you're way too close. Oh, jeez, really? I have to turn that off. All right. Let's turn on onioning. All right, so that should be close. Just a little bit further. Make you a little tiny bit higher. All right, so I think we're good now. Cool. So much stuff has been happening. All right, I think we're good. Holy crap, that took a while. All right, now I need to get Minority Sprite. Am I going to use her? Yeah, I'll use it. Why not? There we go. So much stuff is happening here. Yours is 5. We'll put you on Scythe. Make this bigger. Okay, now the penultimate scene that we finally start wrapping this one up, because we're actually starting to run out of space. All right. We'll start with the clones first. No, actually start with you first. Insert keyframe. All right. Insert keyframe. Okay, I need your dashing sprite. Copy this. Paste. Remove keyframe. We'll remove tween. Classic ease. Make sure, which is choose your poisoning. I like ease and out, but if you want to use classic ease, it's on you. Just make sure it's matching. All right. Now for the clones. I can just use the dashing from the beginning. Why did you stop? All right, I'll get back to that in a second. Wait, the fuck? It's our blank keyframe. Now, well, let's take off onion. Onion's kind of distracting right now. Paste. Just gotta match it up to this one because this one's a little bit bigger. So 194, 194, 191, 185. All right. Tween. We'll have you go very quick. And we'll have you do the exact same thing, but we'll have you go a little bit slower. Insert keyframe. We'll have you go straight. Actually, it's not gonna work. You know, it isn't gonna work. Whoops. I might have to change the positioning on that a little tiny bit. Nothing too crazy, but we'll change the positioning on it. No, it's not gonna work. Oh, so what I can do is just have you go in a straight line. Back you up a little tiny bit. Okay, cool. We'll finagle some things later, but for the most part, I think this is fine. Now you need your dash. Come on. All right, there we go. Copy. This one's gonna be kind of annoying. Well, this is definitely gonna be doable. All right, we have to zoom in on this. Oh, whoops, wrong one. We can't use this one actually because you need to dash with the sword. So yeah, we need this one. Copy. Paste. Oh, that's actually beautiful. Now the annoying parts. Keyframe. We have to rotate this. Insert a keyframe right here. Using the arrows just to move this around. So I have to make you so elaborate. Fuck. All right, keyframe. Same thing. Use the arrows just to bring it around. Perfect. And one more keyframe. Isn't tweening fun? No, tweening's gonna be your best friend throughout this whole entire thing. Just make sure they're all matching. So ease in. Classic tween. Ease in. Classic ease. Ease in and out. Alright. Turn off onioning, so this is how it should look. I might actually just move this a little lower. All right, and blank keyframes everywhere because this is where we end it. What the fuck? This isn't the end of it, but we have to transition to something that doesn't involve all of them. Okay. Turn on the camera. I already know where to slow that section down a little bit, so let's get rid of at least a few frames. That should be fine. All right, let's watch. Let's cross our fingers. After this, I'm going to take a break. And then later on, when I come back, we'll use the last 2,000 frames for whatever we need to do. We can finally move on to Isaac's section. Let's give this a sec. So, how long have we been doing this today? This has been about an hour and a half. That's good. We'll do 2 watches. All right, let's see. So far, so good. We got peak Dragon Ball music. Coming up with a story for this is gonna be all over the place, but I definitely have to do some Aseprite work later. We're gonna pre-do mugshots, so we can actually save it on some space. If that makes any sense. I'll actually do one before I wrap this up. We'll work on hearts. I mean, we could actually do it. Yeah. we'll save on some time. We'll do as much as we can in the next like 10 minutes. This part goes in hard. Definitely later we'll have to slow that down a lot. Okay. I gotta just face the camera over there real quick. Yeah, I definitely have to face the camera. There we go. All right, so let's do a little bit of Aseprite work. Then we start wrapping things up for the stream. And as usual, Aseprite is your bread and butter. That's where all the fun stuff happens. All the salt. Okay. Is all Dragon Ball coming up? Yeah, it is. I need hype. No, this is hype. This is hype. I'm not gonna deny it, but I actually need some golden sun music tonight. Game aspects, icons, miscellaneous. No characters. Oh, frame. Okay. If I remember correctly, this is 32 by 32. All right, 32 by 32. Actually, no, let's not do that. I need you for a flashback. Yeah, I don't know how long that took to make. So long. I think, honestly, it's a lot easier doing it the other way. Let's see, before we even do that. Yeah, actually, maybe easier doing it the other way. Let me see something. Don't ask how long it took to actually make that. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot easier doing it the other way. Yep. So much easier doing it the other way. So we'll just do it in we'll do it in DaVinci Resolve. All right. So let's go back to this one more time. We'll do one more watch before we wrap things up, and we'll go from there. Then later on tonight, we'll put this to its paces and start wrapping it up. All right. We sped it up a little tiny bit, but I think adding a flash to this later will be good. I know it's kind of editing on a cliffhanger, but this is where I need to transition them into the array. Oh, I'm gonna fix that. Definitely have to fix that. Not seeing anything just too crazy. Everything looks pretty normal so far. Coming up with a story for this is definitely going to be interesting. I'm going to try to push a couple of areas. I've been debating. I've been definitely debating things, but we'll see. All right, definitely got to pay attention here. So tonight, I think we actually are going to start DaVinci Resolve. I just got to figure out how I'm going to set this up, because I'm not using my camera no more. So I got to not... DaVinci Resolve has a very bad habit of putting out information you probably shouldn't put out. So yeah, I don't want to dox myself, but we'll figure it out later. I could have sped that up a little tiny bit. Okay, so let me fix that one area. All right. 1, 2, 3. Just got rid of 3 frames. Well, too close. Nope. It should be right here. Yep, right there. Got bring it down a little tiny bit more. There we go. Okay, that should be good. Later on tonight, we gotta like really fine tune things, but for now, I think we did good with this. A tiny bit. There we go, much better. And this I have to slow it down later. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a break. We'll be back in like probably an hour and some change. So take care, enjoy the VODs, and I'll see y'all later.